What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Comfort Zone, your place for some casual, comfortable Commander. I'm your host, Dan. That's your host, John. John, what are we doing today?
Today, we're going to be having a duel of the Necromancers of sorts, both running Reanimator-style decks, but with our own unique twists. I'm going to be running a Rakdos Dragon Reanimator theme, helmed by Rivaz of the Claw. This deck is extremely straightforward. Discard dragons, play them for cheaper from your graveyard. That's it.
And I'm going to be playing Raffine, the Scheming Seer. This deck focuses on the ability Connive, specifically through Raffine. Raffine says that whenever I go to combat, I'm going to Connive X, where X is equal to the number of attacking creatures I control. This allows me to draw cards off the top and discard cards, which both functions as my card advantage and my grave fodder. I love this deck because I have my grave fodder right there in the command zone, and I'm really excited to see how it fares against Rivaz. So, without further ado, get comfortable, because it's time to play some Commander.
Boom! What is that, 5?
Oh, nat 1, dog.
Oh, there it is!
Come on now.
You ready?
This is my least comfortable dice.
I mean,
the dodecahedron edges are very sharp. It makes me sad. Alright, do it up.
Alrighty, we're going to come in with a tapped Smoldering Marsh and pass. Taps for red,
yeah.
also taps for black.
Powerful. Untap, upkeep, draw. We are coming in with a unfathomably untapped island. If you can barely see that.
That is the least tapped basic line I've ever seen.
Pass.
We're drawing, we're untapping, we're doing it in the wrong order because I can. We are gonna play Crucible
the rules
of the Spirit Dragon. It taps to add 1. It can also tap 1 and tap it to put a storage counter on it. Tap it, remove the storage. No, we don't do that. It's in here for play.
You know, when they first made that card, I was like, yo, this thing slaps. And I was like, oh, wait, storage lands are bad. Ah, yes.
Unless you use them, then they're great.
Forgot.
Alright, yeah, so we're going to tap 2. And we're going to play Thrill of Possibility. Because I'm thrilled at the possibilities of what could happen.
Nah, dog. That is
then,
not thrilling for me.
I'm going to discard the Ancient Copper Dragon as an additional draw.
Oh, come on now. That possibility is anti-thrilling.
And then it's your turn.
Possibility gives me, you know,
Ajita?
Did you say Ajita?
If you don't know,
I said Ajita.
If I don't know you, I don't know you, bro.
Boys, please, come on. Now that's comfortability if I've ever seen it. Here we go. Maybe too comfortable. Boom! Basic swamp.
What happened to that swamp?
Can you even tell? This is why I like using these, by the way, like as a theme land base, because all of my lands are just black squares. Not for cheating purposes, just for comedy. Alright, then we are coming in with the ever so spicy, ever so nicey Ledger Shredder. Shredding the ledges.
Come on.
What? That barely even does anything to you. How often you be double spell casting? 1/3 flying. Whenever a player casts their second spell each turn, Ledger Shredder is going to connive. Conniving, if you recall from the intro, means I'm going to draw a card, discard a card. But if I discard a non-land card this way, your boy's going to get a +1/+1 counter. Get big and fat. And
like my ledges unshredded.
Your ledger's unshredded, bro.
You heard what I said.
This man is an accountant, much like your boy during the uncomfy hours.
Oof. All right, so we're gonna play another mountain. We're gonna play the first mountain, and then we're gonna tap 3, and we're gonna think about playing this card. Oh yeah, we're gonna play Seize the Spoils as an additional cost. Discard this card. I'm discarding Colligan, the Storm's Fury, the one who gives my dragon.
Come on now. Stop that.
And then I'm gonna draw 2 cards.
Keep those
and create a treasure token.
What the hell is that card? Oh my god.
You like it?
What is it? 3 mana?
3 mana, yeah.
Wow. Dang, bro.
And then we're gonna pass while I create a treasure token.
Don't you want to keep some of those dragons in hand just in case? Doesn't that sound tempting?
Nope.
What about hard casting? What happened to the good old days of hard casting? You know what? I'm not going to reanimate a single card this game. I'm just kidding.
I mean...
All right. Here we go. Untap, upkeep, draw. No ledgers shredded. Ledger shred count, 0. We are going to come in with a Glacial Fortress. And then... we're coming in with Raffine, the Scheming Seer. He's a 1/4 flying ward 1. Whenever I attack in general, target attacking creature connives X, where X is the number of attacking creatures, which is super good. We are going to move to combat, and we are going to attack with the Ledger Shredder, and we are going to trigger on Raffine to connive, and we are going to target Raffine for the connive. So we are going to draw 1, and then we are going to discard. We are going to discard the Ancient Silver Dragon.
Hey.
Nice graveyard.
Nice
I think
graveyard.
I'll get one for myself. And because it is a non-land card, there's going to be a +1/+1 counter on Raffine. Boop, boop, boop. And then you got a 1/3 coming at you. Nothing special.
Bam, bam.
All right.
49.
Your turn, my dude.
All right, we're going to untap. And then we're going to draw. Oh, that's exciting. And then we're going to play another mountain. They're the same mountain.
Oh, the thematic win.
And then we're going to tap both mountains to create an arcane signet. Forged from the mountain fires. Sorry, wrong IP. And then we're going to tap these two in the arcane signet to bring out Rivaz of the Cloud. And take note of this.
What is that? What is that, a brick?
It's with eyes and hands and arms? No hands. No hands! Look at me, no hands!
The greatest treasure of the industrial world. The brick. Oh, sorry.
Okay. And then we're gonna sit and cry and tell the good people about what Rivaz does. So he's a 3/3 menace. You can tap him to add 2 mana in any combination of colors, but only using that mana to cast dragon spells. And then once during each of my turns, I can cast a dragon from my graveyard. Remember what I did earlier? And then whenever I cast a dragon spell from my graveyard, it gains when this creature dies. Exile it! And it's your turn.
It doesn't give him haste or anything, yeah?
Oh no, he'd be too good.
Gosh.
Are you kidding, bro?
We gotta pay attention to that ancient, what's his name, dragon. What's yours? Copper? Mine's silver. Yours is scary, bro. Mine is like, yeah. Not that he's not scary. He can do things.
Really?
What'd you do? You only play 1 spell?
Oh no, I played...
you played 2 spells!
Yeah, I played the Signet and Rivaz.
Okay, reversal. This is the card I drew. We got a trigger on the Ledger Shredder during your turn. Sorry, everybody. Comment down below. Roast me. Hopefully you already did before I corrected myself here. Love to see it. Ledger Shredder is going to connive as a result of you playing your second spell there, which is Rivaz. See, I was too in the moment with the brick thing. I'm going to draw a card, discard a card. He's going to get a counter if I discard a non-land. We are going to discard the Archon of Cruelty. This card's pretty spicy, just so you know and the good people know. 6/6 flying, enters the battlefield or attacks. Target opponent sacrifices a creature or a planeswalker, discards a card, loses 3 life. I draw a card, gain 3 life. Insane. We'll see if he makes an appearance later. I am going to get a counter because of that. Now, I will go to my turn. Untap, upkeep, draw. Oh boy. Not good. Not good. Oh, don't like it. We're going to play a guy that I've had in this deck for a long time, and this is true. I have never, ever cast him.
That's awesome.
Not one time. And I'm very excited about it, because this is a card that I should cut, but I absolutely refuse to, because I love him. And here he comes. Bum, 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 bum. It is the Ghost of Ramirez de Pietro, or de Pietro, however you say that. Somebody upload an audio recording. of how to say it accurately. All right, he's a 2/3. He can't be blocked by creatures with toughness 3 or greater. And then when he deals combat damage to a player, I choose up to one target card in a graveyard that was discarded or put there from a library this turn, and I put that card into its owner's hand. So a really interesting include, but I like him in this deck because he's got potential evasiveness, and if I have to discard something that I don't really want to discard or to get that card advantage or to get the positive connive trigger, I can still go ahead and grab it back, which I really like.
I also really like that.
Yeah, pretty cool, right? And then we're going to go ahead and move into combat, and we are going to declare both of these beautiful gentlemen as attackers.
That's pretty rough.
And we're going to go ahead and get the connive trigger on Raffine there prior to combat damage. He's going to connive 2. So I'm going to draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards. Okay, we are going to discard Jin Kataxis, the Progress Tyrant. He's the copy and no one. And we are going to discard the Massacre Worm. Those are 2 non-lands, so we are going to go ahead and pump this boy up. So we are coming at you with a total of 4, 5, 6 damage.
6 whole damage. How many of that is coming
6
from?
whole damage. Oh yeah, 4 from Raffine. The
4?
Did
you say 4?
the old commandering damage.
That is so
And then,
much.
We're gonna pass it up.
All right, so we're gonna untap, and that's pretty solid. You got yourself some good grave fodder. I love Ramirez DePietro. It's a shame you couldn't just use him instead of his ghost for some weird reason. We're gonna play
Good
the
point.
Sulphurous Ring. This is our land for turn. We're gonna count how much mana we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have next to 9 mana, which is very exciting.
Nice.
You're gonna get that connive trigger. Don't you worry. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're gonna hard cast because you asked so nicely.
Hard casting.
And don't worry, I'm gonna take the damage for that.
Now that's a traditionalist right there. Nice job.
And we're gonna come in with a card that I've never played yet in this deck because it's not that old. And we're gonna play the Hoarding Brood Lord.
I love that card.
He's
Everybody,
so
come
cool.
on. This
So
card
cool.
is insane.
So he's a 7/6 Convoke Flying Dragon. We didn't convoke him or anything because Rivaz asked for 2. And then when he ETBs, search my library for a card, exile it face down, then shuffle. For as long as it remains exiled, I can play it, and spells I cast from exile have Convoke.
Yeah, so cool. I mean, there's many decks where you can, like, obviously put him into that have more of an exile or impulse draw theme that he's, like, really awesome in. But I just like him in general. I think he was a really good print. I mean, he's tutory, but he's tutory in, like, a fun way that you kind of have to invest a little mana into.
Yeah, and, like, you know,
work.
if I had reanimated him with Reanimate, it's one of those where, like, okay, like, I didn't put any work in, but I did have to throw away 8 whole mana.
Yeah, and without any Convoke, I mean, he's an expensive card. So,
Exactly.
I mean,
Now-
he's basically like RuneScar Demon, but
Exactly.
the more flavorful upgrade.
Now, believe it or not, because I didn't use Reanimate to get him, we're gonna get Reanimate with him,
Sensible.
which is super exciting. We're really happy to see it. And then we're immediately going to sack this poor little treasure token to cast the Reanimate.
Nice.
And we're going to bring back the ancient Copper Dragon.
Oh, God.
And I'm going to take, oh boy, I'm going to take life equals
Oh,
6
no.
life. So we're going to go down to, probably not 26, but we do have a 7/6 flyer and the 6/5 flyer. Whenever Ancient Copper Dragon deals combat damage to a player, for anybody who hasn't been cursed by getting attacked by this insane card, I roll a d20, and then I create a number of treasure tokens equal to the result.
Too much. Always. Doesn't
So
matter.
the one blessing is that none of my guys have haste. So we are going to pass the turn.
We accept that blessing.
But
We are going to get our trigger on the
yes.
Ledger Shredder
yes,
on your second spellcast.
yeah.
So I'm going to draw a card, discard a card. We're going to discard the Fetid Heath and not get the counter this time around.
Word.
All right. And then we'll move to my turn.
Yes,
Untap,
sir.
upkeep, draw. Come on now. Now you're just being rude. You got some fat Mac daddies over there, huh?
They are fat Mac daddies. These daddies have been fat.
Let's come in with the crew. We're moving right to combat, and we're coming in with the crew.
Yep.
So we're gonna get the connive trigger, which we are going to put on Raffine here.
Yeah.
And draw 3. 1, 2, 3, and discard 3. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and discard Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth, the Baleful Strix, and Dread Return. Which doesn't seem like the best discard ever, but it's necessary. We got 2 non-landers. Gonna boost this guy up another 2 counters. Gonna make him a 6/9. And we got Ledger Shredder as a 2/4, and Ramirez DePietro as a 2/3. Can't be blocked by guys with toughness. Is it toughness? Yeah, toughness 3 or greater.
All right,
so you can move to blocks.
we're gonna block the Ledger Shredder with Porting Broodlord, and not block the other guys because I don't want to lose my guys to Raffine, and I can't block Mr. Future.
We are going to respond to declare blockers. And we are going to use my swamp here to cast Malakir Rebirth, targeting the Ledger Shredder.
Word.
So Malakir Rebirth says choose target creature. I lose 2 life. And then until end of turn, that creature gains. When that creature dies, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control. So then we will go to resolve combat damage. You will take 6, 7, 8 total. Ledger Shredder will die, but he will reanimate tapped under my control. And then the Ghost of Ramirez DePietro is also going to get his trigger, and I can return a card that was discarded or put there from my library this turn. So I'm going to go ahead and return Dread Return to my hand.
Word.
And then we're going to go to our second main phase, post-combat. We're going to play Cephalid Coliseum as my land for turn. Taps add blue, deals 1 damage to me, or Threshold for blue and tap, sacrifice it. I can draw 3 cards, then discard 3 cards, but I can only activate if I have Threshold, which is 7 or more cards in my graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Threshold is live. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and tap the Shizo and the Island for an Arcane Signet.
Very cool.
I guess I'll put that over there. That is my second spell this turn. So I'm going to get a Connive trigger on the Ledger Shredder to draw a discard. Oh, Spice. We'll re-discard the Dread Return. And we'll get a counter there. Then we'll pass.
Alrighty, I'm gonna untap. And we're gonna be a little bit concerned. And we're gonna draw during my phase of concern. We're gonna play the Shadow Blood Bridge. These lands are always good. And then we're gonna think for a second. Alright, so we are going to tap 3 down here for colorless or whatever they're for. And then Rivaz for 2, making that a red and a black. And we're going to pay the dash cost for Kolaghan the Storm of Fury. Dash says that I can cast it for its dash cost. And if I do, it gains haste. And it's returned from the battlefield to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. Conveniently getting around Rivaz's exile clause.
Oh, snap. Oh, that's so smart. I love that.
Thanks, man. And then we were gonna do the super fun thing and go to combat. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready. What is the trigger on a Combat Dragon?
Whenever he deals combat damage to a player.
Combat damage. Okay. Yeah.
And Kolaghan is whenever a dragon I control attacks. Creatures I control get +1/+0 till end of turn. So
okay. Then I'm gonna let you go to combat, but during your beginning of combat phase, I'm gonna have a response. So we're gonna tap Cephalid, ping me for 1. I'm going to grab a white from Glacial, and I'm going to grab a black from Arcane, and I'm going to play Void Rend, which is a spell that can't be countered that destroys target non-land permanent, and we're going to target the Cover Dragon. Yeah.
Just destroys, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry, baller.
It's
Sound
fine.
the trumpets.
In response to you doing that, I'm gonna
Ooh,
tap
okay.
3 and the extra, and I'm gonna be Devil Raffine.
Oh, okay. I accept. Rude, but acceptable. What does Bedevil do for the...
Just destroys target artifact, creature, or planeswalker.
Alright, just desserts. I accept. That's fair.
You still got a bunch.
I like the timing of it. It was very, very revenge-esque. I love that.
I had to. And then, we're at 18. 18 is not a lot. But I wouldn't be me if I didn't go to combat. So we're coming in with both the dragons. They're both getting +2/+0. So we're coming in for as a 9/6 and a 6/5. So that's 15 damage.
Jeez Louise. That is rough. We're going to go all the way down to 23.
And then we're going to pass the turn.
Did you play 2 spells? You did on Bedevil. Sorry.
Yes, sirree, I did.
And we're going to draw a discard. Oh dear. I guess we'll get rid of Bitter Blossom, which is a tragedy. But it will give me a counter here, and then we'll move on. Alright, untap, upkeep, draw. We're still kind of in trouble-ish. But I think we're going to turn things around. Unfortunately, with an incredibly spicy card in the Reanimator mirror match. You know it, you love it. It's Bajanky Bog. Blast that sucker. I don't even know if you have many dragons left, but still.
I think it was just Ancient Copper, but still,
Yeah,
that's sad.
That's still tight. Bajanky Bog works. Actually, Ancient Copper gets exiled, right? Because you played him with... Or no, did you reanimate him? I don't remember. It doesn't matter. He's gone now.
He was reanimated, not.
Oh, okay.
Not
Not
yeah.
Rivaz. Got it. All right. Let's see. Now we're gonna get to reanimate for the first time, which is gonna be quite exciting.
Not excited. You threw a bunch of stuff in the graveyard.
I did throw some things in there, and also got a lightning greaves here. So whoever's coming, they're coming in quick. You know what I'm saying?
That's a problem.
All right, so we're gonna
Can't
Greaves
blame
it.
him, but it's a problem.
We're Greavesing. And then we're gonna tap the Arcane Signet for black and the island here, and we are going to Animate Dead. Animate Dead. It's synopsis. This card's crazy. Go ahead and look at the feature on screen for the text on this bad boy. But basically, it's going to reanimate a creature, and then it is going to have the downside of being a -1/-0 on the creature. Now, we could get something spicy and rude like Jinkataxis or Arcana Cruelty. I should probably get Arcana Cruelty. But I want to draw cards. Oh, come on now. But the card drawing, the dice rolling. You know, it's the comfort zone. This might be the end of me, but we're getting to Ancient Silver Dragon because I can't help myself. Arcana Cruelty, definitely the better play, but this is the fun one. And then we're going to Greaves that bad boy. He's grieved. And then we're going to move to combat.
Weird.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Animate Dead was my second spell, so we do get a trigger on Ledger Shredder first. We're going to draw, and we're going to discard a Swamp. So no counter. And then we're coming sideways with the crew, which is pretty spice. So we got a 3/5, a 2/3, and a 7/8.
Yeah, I have no blockers, so what, 12?
What did I say? 7 to 9 plus the 3, yeah, 12. What does that bring you to?
6.
Like nothing? Oh,
6.
snap. Okay. Oh man, I've never done this before. let's roll a d20 for the ancient. These ancient dragons always get the removal like immediately. They just eat it hard. So here we go. 15. Oh snap! Oh, I didn't even say what he did. But basically, he's the same thing as the ancient copper dragon, except his role is going to draw me cards equal to the result instead of create treasures. So I'm going to draw 15, which is pretty wild. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Rough.
And I also get a trigger on Ghost of Ramirez de Pietro, which I'm going to go ahead and return this swamp to my hand. All right. Well, that's a lot of cards.
Yeah.
I'm not sure your opinion on the amount of cards there.
15 is a lot of cards.
But it's some cardage. But I am going to, before doing so, just go ahead and pop a card out, because why not? We're going to play down the Felwar Stone. And then I'll see you in 10 minutes while I decide what to cut. I mean, discard. All right. Decision was made for me, actually a little easier than expected, because I got 7 non-lands. And the rest are lands. So, gonna go ahead and get rid of those bad boys, because we don't need them right now. Yeah, we're good. We're set. Pass.
All right, so we're gonna very stressfully pass, because 6 life in a dream is 6 life in a dream, but dream or not, 6 life is 6 life.
We're feeling good. We're living the dream. I gotta get a W in here. I lost episode 2. That was sad. It was tragic.
It wasn't tragic. It was
I
deserved.
did it to myself. I terraciered myself to death.
You were devastated by that decision.
Oh, wow. Nice. EDH Rec would be proud. Shout out EDH Rec. Good quality, not a sponsor. We love them, though.
I love those guys. The whole site. The whole guys. All of them.
The whole guys, the whole site, everything.
Well, we're gonna go out with a bang. So it's not gonna, we're just gonna do it. We're gonna go, I gotta be careful not to kill myself with tapping. I'm gonna go 1 in a black. For unmarked grave. So we're gonna search my library for a non-legendary card, put it into my graveyard, and then shuffle. We're going to grab the Terror of Mount Velis, because he's not a legendary dragon, and we're gonna put him into my graveyard. And then the only way I have to get him back right now, we are going to tap 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to come in with the very color pip heavy Bladewing the Risen, who is a 4/4 flyer. When he enters the battlefield, I may return target dragon permanent. Dragon permanent?
Dragon permanent.
From my graveyard to the battlefield, and we're going to grab the Terror of Mount Velis. Now, unfortunately, neither one of them have haste. Terror
what does that bad boy do?
He is going to give all my creatures get double strikes on end of turn, which is pretty spicy. And in theory, Blade Wing has hybrid fire breathing of like 1 black and 1 red to give +1/+1.
Nice.
Tapped out. So we are going to come in with the double striking hoarding Broodlord for 14 damage.
Dear Lord, have mercy. Dear Brood Lord. Okay.
Love it.
Oh, listen, I distracted myself so much I don't even know what I went down to. Math in the box up there.
Math in the box. Not a sponsor.
Math in the box. Okay. A great job on that one. Old school callback. Way to date ourselves, though. If anybody knows what that's from, comment down below.
Comment your age down below with an emoji next to it and how upset that makes you.
Yes. So we're gonna start a poll. So,
we love polls.
As per usual. The comment section has been just thriving of late, so our poll data is through the roof. Okay. You got a lot of bodies, but we're gonna try to pull it out. So with having drawn 15 cards, if you can't pull it out,
I'm gonna be sad for you.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Good point. We're not gonna linger here on the objective. We're just gonna go straight for it because why not? Swamp Barrow Downs, and we are going to play Stitch Together. This is another threshold card. Very exciting. I return target creature card from my graveyard to my hand, or if I have threshold, I instead return that card from the graveyard to play. We are going to go ahead and just close the game out, hopefully by grabbing the Arcana Cruelty. So Arcana Cruelty, as I said earlier, when he enters the battlefield or attacks, target opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker, discards a card, and loses 3 life. I draw a card and gain 3 life. So I will draw and gain 3. Blip, blip, blip. And you're going to be drained for 3 and have to discard a card, sack a creature.
Yep.
However, it shouldn't matter too much unless you have responses, because I'm going to go ahead and switch the Greaves over to the Archon, which is going to give him haste. So when we go into combat here, we're going to get another trigger on the Archon, which is going to drain you for that last 3 pips, I believe, which should bring you to 0. Bada bing, ladies and germs. We did it. Another W in the Dan crew. If you guys voted in the poll for me, you get bragging rights. Head on over to the Facebook and say, woohoo, look at me for my moment of glory.
Hey, and if you voted for me, we can hug. We can hug.
Yeah, you can go to the post-show consultation group where we talk about broken expectations, harsh realities, but comfortability in that. Okay, all right. I think that was a pretty good game. Honestly, obviously coming in with the Bajanky Bog in a Reanimator head-to-head is always a little bit rude. However, at that moment, it was more or less the end game, so it worked out. I liked the fact that we both went for the Ancient Dragons. That's really cool. I think Copper is absolutely ridiculous. I luckily was able to get him off the board before the trigger. Not so much in your case here. But those were some things I really thought was cool in this game. What'd you think?
Yeah, I thought it was a nice matchup. I mean, I think that overall, as far as our deck tiers go, I think Raffine sits a step above Rivaz. So the fact that Rivaz was able to kind of come in for a couple really good punches made me really happy. I really like this deck. It is one of my at least 3, if not more, Reanimator style decks. So I love that style as a whole.
Yeah.
So getting to see this one getting good punches against Raffine feels nice.
Yeah, I mean, we both ended up having a lot more Reanimator style decks, or decks that deal with the graveyard, than I think we intended, or at least than I intended at first. Because stereotypically, you've been the grave guy, but I also randomly have a bunch in my collection. It's so tempting to work with the graveyard when you can have a whole second hand that kind of has no maximum right from the start of the game. Raffine definitely it packs a punch, so it might live in a different wheelhouse. But I like that deck too because it can come in so fast and so hard. Dragons in general just have that capability, and I love the what's it called? It's not. Well, in your deck, is it looting? Well, you have some looting and some rummaging, but still,
a little bit.
Rummaging and looting in order to do the fodder is really cool. Obviously, I like the same. Connive is kind of just like an upgraded loot, which is it's the reason I love this deck. I think that these decks are really interesting because your deck kind of has its reanimation in the command zone to an extent, and my deck has its fodder in the command zone to an extent. So I just think that's a really cool principle in this matchup, which I like a lot. Yeah. But anyway, definitely let us know what you guys thought about the game down in the comments below. If you like either of these decks, we do have the deck lists linked down in the description through Moxfield, so feel free to go check them out if you guys want to build one of these for yourselves or just look a little deeper into the deck list. Those are available for you as well. And as always, if you guys did like this video, we definitely appreciate it if you go ahead and give us a like and subscribe, hang out, stay around. We want to see you next Friday. So definitely subscribe so you don't miss that. But without anything else on the docket, as always, we will see you guys in the multiverse.